Yeah!
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to The Fringe. Today's a different video because I want to report on something going on with carbon tax Mark Carney, but also a major announcement that's coming from Unacceptable Fringe and a challenge that I am issuing in order to essentially embarrass Justin Trudeau and the government once again. So make sure to stick around for the entire video because I have an fantastic proposition for everybody on this channel. I want to remind everybody before we get into it, if you're enjoying the content, make sure to like and subscribe. Join us on our large fringe majority with the looming election on its way. Censorship's going to be at its all-time high. We want to make sure everybody gets the news that they want to do, or that they want to receive. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into Mark Carney and what's going on with his cronies, shall we? Now, if we take a look over here, over on Twitter, Stephen Guilbeault recently promoted and endorsed Mark Carney to say that he's standing behind Mark Carney. I know the videos have gotten its rounds recently, but it's going to lead me into this challenge that I have for our community and for social media. Stephen Guilbeault has now been chopped down over his claims and lies of the carbon tax. And as you now see candidates like Crystia Freeland saying that they're going to take away the consumer carbon tax, you've got Stephen Guilbeault, a environmentalist wacko, coming out saying it's all Pierre Poilievre's fault. I want to show you this clip, and then we're going to get into this challenge that I'm talking about and why I'm going to do everything in my power to embarrass this liberal government. Let's take a listen.
I remember doing multiple interviews with you in which you told me that politicians who cave into pressure on the carbon tax don't care about climate change. How can you now be one of them?
I'm forced to recognize that largely due to Pierre Poilievre's campaign to frankly lie and misguide Canadians, it has become very unpopular. It's not supported by the NDP. Even so, environmental organizations are telling me, listen, Minister, it's too unpopular. And we have other tools. Well, I mean, we obviously have the industrial component of carbon pricing.
And I guess, though, it's confusing to me because I remember putting that exact point to you again on multiple occasions. I'll read you exactly what you told me 9 months ago. If there's a measure somewhere that someone can find and point to me that will help us achieve 10% of 2030 targets at no extra cost to consumers lying around under a rock somewhere, someone needs to show it to me because I haven't seen it. Have you seen it now?
I mean, I basically have two choices here. I can stay in the party and continue help fighting to protect the environment, fighting climate change, or go pick my bags and go home.
Well, maybe take your bags and go home, Stephen, as you're saying. I mean, he's essentially just said, look, I got to back down off of my radical policies because I want to keep my job. Right? He's essentially given a kiss of death to Mark Carney at this point. Mark Carney is a cancer on Canada. This man, if he gets in, if he were to, by any means, interrupt or deplete Pierre's majority government, Canada's in for a serious, serious bad ride. If you guys have followed this channel, again, this is going to go into my challenge that I have, and also a major announcement. Before Unacceptable Fringe existed on YouTube, Unacceptable Fringe Books started out with its major viral hit, How the Prime Minister Stole Freedom, just after the heels of the Freedom Convoy. Since then, multiple books have been produced to essentially poke fun at the government, to make fun of the government. In fact, many people telling me, aside from these YouTube videos where they're openly promoted, on the side of the overlays, people have said, hey, I didn't even realize you had other books besides How the Prime Minister Stole Freedom. Now, one of my crowning achievements in life, and a medal that I wear over my head, is that I went to Parliament. I was invited to Parliament, and I sat in with question period before meeting some of our conservative leaders who wanted to essentially handshake over the success of How the Prime Minister Stole Freedom. At that time, I was unaware Justin Trudeau knew my face, that he knew who I was. But I can tell you at the very least, that book, as well as our other books, have completely discombobulated Justin Trudeau. They've infuriated him. He was embarrassed. These books shot a not just warning shot over the Liberal bow of their ship, but blew a hole in the side of it and embarrassed them thoroughly. I want to announce right now that previously on streams, previously on other videos, we had announced that Unacceptable Fringe Books was going to bring out its final book, How the Prime Minister Went to Jail. Now, unfortunately, with Justin Trudeau stepping down, that doesn't really seem like a viable option anymore. But with elections looming on the rise, with new things coming into play, we will still touch down. I assure you, you'll still see Justin Trudeau in those books get his comeuppance. But I want to share with you right now an announcement from Unacceptable Fringe Books that by spring, the manuscript has already been written. The book is already complete. It's a matter of doing the artwork now and getting everything ready for you. Every Circus Needs a Carney is going to be our next book in the Unacceptable Fringe book series. Now, of course, this image is just a placeholder for now, again, until the artwork is done. But I wanted to make that announcement here on the show. And the reason I wanted to do that is because I'm issuing everyone in this community, as well as anybody seeing this on social media, a challenge. And a challenge that I think is going to be beneficial for all Canadians. With the viral success of How the Prime Minister Stole Freedom, I want to embarrass Justin Trudeau and the Liberals one last time before they leave office. To celebrate that, shameless plugs, all of our books have been discounted 25% to a point where I'm almost making no or very little profit in comparison to what we used to make, so that these books are more affordable for people to purchase. You can see up here the main link to our page, again, to Unacceptable Fringe Books. I will have this link in the description below. So you can go to this page, you can find our books easily, whether it's How the Prime Minister Stole Freedom, Hold the Line, The Ballad of Tamara Leach, One Face, Two Face, Black Face, Blue Face, How the Prime Minister Broke Canada, Just Axed the Tax, The Young Kid's Guide to Grooming. They're all there. They're all going to be available for purchase. Again, discounted pretty much down to my bottom line, 25%. The reason I've discounted it and taken very little profit is, again, where I issue this challenge. If we can get 3 of these books in the top 3 spots on Amazon at the same time, not in their categories, but the top 100 books on Amazon, Position 1, Position 2, Position 3, I don't care which books they are, as long as they're poking fun at Justin Trudeau. I think it would be very embarrassing for the Liberals to see that Canada, at this time, is more interested in laughing at the Prime Minister than listening to any of his politics, his backwards sweater wearing, his virtue signaling, his Team Canada approach. And in response, if we can get those 3 books done in that spot, and it doesn't take a lot, ladies and gentlemen. I will tell you right now, it does not take a lot to get into those 3 spots with sales. Now's the time to buy them, gift them to your friends, get them out to people, let them know they're on sale. Buy books that you're missing while this sale is going on. And if we can get those 3 books in there, I will take every cent that is generated from the sale of those books, and I will donate them to charity, simply to have that badge of honor and say that at the time Justin Trudeau was exiting, we had 3 of our books sitting in the top 3 spots on Amazon. I think it's a great way to end Trudeau's career. It's a good swan song for Unacceptable Fringe Books, as the Mark Carney book may in fact be our last outing into the political foray. I'd like to see Justin Trudeau leave office with a frown on his face, reminded of the failure that he's left in this office. So I issue that challenge to you now. If you can afford to, go and pick up our books. Go and buy them on Amazon. Again, I'll have the link to the page down below. I'm hoping we can donate all of our proceeds to charity. I'm really hoping we can get that out there and make a difference for one organization. I'll pick an organization at some point. Again, we've done these things in the past. We've always provided receipts. We've always shown proof of the donation. So please don't feel that this is a scam or a trick. Again, if you join me on my live streams, all of those things will be backed up. And I will also disclose in a video where we got to with this campaign. But over the next 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen, those books are discounted heavily in order for you guys to have the opportunity to pick them up, enjoy them, have a laugh at Justin Trudeau's expense. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think down below. Are you going to be picking up any books from Unacceptable Fringe? Let me know your thoughts on this campaign down below. Let me know your thoughts about Stephen Guilbeault endorsing Mark Carney and what you think that's going to mean for his leadership race. And while you're at it, let me know if you plan to share this out and get the word out that the Fringe needs your help. I don't ever ask my viewers for help, but this is one of those times where I'd really like to see 3 of those books on the list. So I will ask for everyone's help at this time. But again, I'm offering, we'll put it to charity. No profits will be taken. Help share this out. Put it on your social media. Share it to your friends, your family. If you can afford to buy books, buy them as gifts. Give them out. Spread the word. Now's the time, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what this large Fringe majority is capable of as the greatest community on the YouTube platform. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this video has earned your subscription. If it hasn't, please at least hit your bell for notifications. Join me live here on the channel each and every Friday night for Friday Night Fringe, our live streaming show, where we go over everything that's happened this week in politics, everything coming up in the week ahead, as well as some back and forth within our amazing YouTube community. My wife and I always look forward to hearing what you guys have to say each and every Friday night here on the live streams. We look forward to hearing you this Friday night, starting at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, here on the channel. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day and your weekend. I'll catch you on the next one.